Hi, I'm Vicky. I'm glad you're here. Today I have 6 modern Christmas tree cards for you. I'm going to be using the tree punch, and I'm going to punch out 5 trees in a row on some white cardstock, and I'm going to do the same on some crumb cake and on a strip of black cardstock as well. And this will be the basis of many of the cards. I'll be using the positive and the negative of the shapes, as you can see. And these 5 little trees would make a great slimline card. Now I'm going to punch out 5 trees in the crumb cake. And 5 in black. So my colour scheme is gold, foil, and white and black. And one of the cards has the tiniest touch of shell pink in it. I just think it's a lovely colour scheme and it's very modern. Now I'm going to cut down 3 of those trees and use that for layering, and I'm going to cut around the border so there's not too much edge showing, and I'm going to do the same with the crumb cake and with the white. Just cut some of that edge off there so that it's the same all the way around. So I'm going to start doing the first card. This has a black card base, and I'm layering it with some white and gold foil stripes. And this is from the Abstract Beauty 4x6" Specialty Designer Series paper by Stampinup. And I'm cutting it down so there's a little bit of a border so that you can see the black behind this front layer. And I'm going to trim it down so that I have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around my card so that black border shows through. And I'm going to adhere the panel. Now I have this lovely paper, which is some Designer Series paper by Stampinup. It's from a few years ago, but I love the fact that it's black and white and it has Christmas trees on it. I thought that would play very nicely with the designs that I'm making. Now that's just going on with some glue. I'm checking with my T-square ruler to make sure it's nice and straight. And I'm bringing in these little stickers from a Project Life kit called Hello December. And this was a Stampin' Up kit. I've used some of it, but not all of it. So I thought I'm going to use up some of these little gold foil strips with the gold foil lettering and the white. It just fits the colour scheme so nicely. And the little sentiment reads, "'Tis the season." Now I'm layering up this black card. I'm doing the same. I'm cutting down the trees so there's not too much edge either side or top and bottom. And I'm layering on this piece. I love this piece of paper. This is from the Abstract Beauty 4x6 Specialty Designer Series paper. And it is black flowers on a white card with gold foil. So very non-traditional for Christmas, but it fits the colour scheme that I'm using perfectly. And it looks fabulous on a black card base. So I'm going to glue that on. I've cut it down so there's about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And I'm just going to lay that negative space of the 3 trees over the top. See how effective that is. I have started making a lot of Christmas card videos to put up on my channel. This is the first group of 6. And more will be coming, so keep an eye out for those. I'm not sure how many cards I'm going to get to. I'm hoping for 100, which is a lot. Well, we've got 6 at the moment, so we're off to a flying start, so that's good. And now I'm just putting a white piece inside the black card so I'll be able to write the message on it. This piece is lovely. This is the same pack of papers and it has a soft shell pink and it's very dramatic. It just needs one black tree. And it can fit right in the centre. And I'm going to layer this one up on a white card base. And trim it down in the same way I've trimmed all the others. Just mark it off with some pencil, which makes it easy to see where you want to put your trimming blade. Now I'm mounting that up onto a white card base. And now I'm using some of this black designer series paper, which is a Christmas paper that has white stars on it from quite a few years back. And I had some pieces left, so I thought, well, I'll use them up. And cutting that down onto some crumb cake. And once I've finished with the outside of these cards, I'll go back and stamp the inside of each card with a greeting, a Christmas greeting, and I'll show you that too. Now this is a stamp that I've stamped onto black cardstock with white Kraft ink, and I'm going to cut it down. I can't remember the name of this stamp. If you can remember the name of this stamp, would you mind popping it in the comments for me? I can't remember it. I don't have it anymore. It was a lovely stamp. I got a lot of use out of it. And I stamped off quite a few card fronts, which is why I have several of these left over. And this is going on a white card base. And I'm going to put one white tree in the centre. Now I have my crumb cake card base and the paper with very bold gold foil spots on it from the Abstract Beauty pack. Have you started on your Christmas cards yet? It's getting to that time of year, isn't it? I always need a lot of cards to send out, so I get cracking pretty early. I'm not quite sure how many cards I'll be making in the next few videos, but I'm going to try and get through quite a lot of cards for you and give you quite a lot of designs and examples of things you can make for Christmas. Now to align these trees, the easiest way I find is to use a T-square ruler and start with the middle tree first. And I can measure there, it's about 7.5 centimetres is the halfway point on my card, the way I've cut it down. So that's where the first tree is going to go. And then I'm just going to align the other trees to the left and right of that. And it's easy to space them out equally then. I do love my T-square ruler. It has made my life so much easier. Now I'm going to bring in one of those Project Life strips, the sentiment strips underneath it. And I'm going to choose the one that says Christmas Wishes. And I'm going to mount it onto a strip of crumb cake cardstock, so it will show up against the background of those very bold gold dots. And I like the card as it is. I do go back and add a bit more to the trees later on, but I could have left it like this. It looks fine. So these are the cards so far. I'm going to add a sentiment strip to this card as well. And there's quite a long one on the side there, and it reads, "All I Want for Christmas." So that just goes straight under the tree, and it shows up beautifully against the black and the shell pink beneath it. So it didn't need to be backed up on a piece of white card. So these little trees here have a gold foil outline around them, and they came from the Project Life kit that I've been using. So I decided to glue those on. I like them. I think they look good. Everything's matching quite nicely. Now I'm going to cut out a little star with my star punch. This has tiny white stars on a black background, so it fits the colour scheme perfectly. And it just adds a little bit more focal point to that plain white tree. I'm going to put the star right in the middle of the tree. And I'll be stamping on the inside of these cards next, so I'll show you how that goes. I just managed to find as many stamp sets as I could that had Christmas greetings on them. I brought them all out, and I thought, well, I'm going to be using these throughout this project of getting as many Christmas cards made for you as I possibly can in the next few weeks, to give you some inspiration to get your own crafting on. Some of them are older stamps, some of them are newer stamps, some of them are more modern than others. I like this font. This one's quite dramatic for modern cards. That looks great with that card. Perfect match. Then this is a portrait card, so I've put my stamp on sideways so it's facing in the right direction. And on crumb cake, sometimes you need to stamp twice. It's a different formula that they use in the card, and it's a little bit tricky to stamp on, but that's stamped perfectly because I was using the stamping platform and I could give it a second go, so it came out really well. I enjoy collaging cards. I find it quite relaxing and therapeutic. There's not a whole lot of stamping except for the inside of the cards. In fact, there's no stamping on the front of any of these cards. They're all collage. And I think collage is a wonderful way of making cards. And I love that gold. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so you won't miss any more videos. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again next time with lots more Christmas cards. Bye for now.